I'm going to show you how to use a website called Cite This For Me. Whenever we do research and we use information that we find in a book or on a website or even a picture that we find, whether the information is free or through a subscription database, we always have to cite our sources. We do this to give credit to the original creator of that information, to lend credibility to ourselves by showing other people that we are using actual information and not just making things up, and because it's an ethical thing to do. So Cite This For Me makes citations easy. Once you get to the website, it gives you a little tour, and then it looks a little bit like a Google Doc. The first thing you need to decide is what kind of source are you going to be citing. So if you are using a regular website, you would click the button that says website. If you're using a book, or maybe you are using a picture that you found online, you would click on more and choose online image or video. Or maybe you are using a YouTube video, you would want to do DVD, video, or film. Maybe you listen to a podcast. There's options for all different types of sources, and it's just important to choose the right one so that your citation is formatted correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and click on website. So the first thing it wants is the URL to the website that you're using. So let's say I was looking up climate change and I found an article from NASA about the effects of climate change. Okay, so I'm going to grab this link at the top, the URL, and copy it with Control C. And I'm going to paste it in the box and click Auto Cite. Now it says, here's what we found, which means it found a couple of the pieces that are required for a citation, but not everything. So we'll have to do a little bit to fill in the blanks. So we click Final Step, and it brings us to a form. And we can see the pieces that are required for a citation include an author, the year the article was published, the title of that page, the website it's from, and its publisher. All of those things you need to be able to know if a website or a source is credible or not. So first we need to see if there's an author listed. On some big organizations' websites like NASA, there won't be, but I'm just going to check here at the top to see if there's anything that says by someone, but no. And I'm going to check at the end of the article because sometimes they will include things at the end of an article. No, they do have some sources, which is good, but it's not the same thing as an author. All right, so I'm just going to X out the author and leave that part blank. The next thing we need to check is if when this was published. So it thinks it was 2018. So again, I'm going to check at the top of the article to see if there's a date. And if there's not, I'm going to check at the bottom of the article. No date there. And finally, I'm going to check the bottom of the whole web page. Scroll as far down as you can, and I see a date right here, 2018. So that's correct. So see here, it got the page title wrong. We are not citing Cite This For Me. We are citing our climate change website. So if I scroll to the top, the name of my article is The Consequences of Climate Change. So I can actually just copy and paste that. The website name, this is the website's address, but it's not the name of the actual website. The name of this website is up here, Global Climate Change, Vital Signs of the Planet. So I need to put that in, Global Climate Change, Vital Signs of the Planet. Double check I got that right. Oh. And then the publisher is going to be NASA. If it doesn't say like have a logo in the upper corner, you can scroll to the very bottom of the page, probably the same place you'll find a date, and it will have your publisher down here. So this says NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, but I think we can just say NASA and people will know what we're talking about. Finally, it includes the web address and the date that we found this website in case further in the future this website doesn't exist. So finally, you push Add Reference, and this will create your bibliography entry. So one thing to know about Cite This For Me is that it will default to a citation style called Harvard style. And while it doesn't make a lot of sense to us right now, it's more important that you have a citation than really what format it is. But MLA 8 is the citation style that we use at Southeast. So if you click this button, you'll see my citation looks a little bit different now. It starts with quotation marks and the title of our article, and then it ends with the web address. So this here is your complete citation that you can include at the end of your presentation or your paper or whatever you're working on. The in-text citation is what you would use if you were wanting to cite it while you're writing your paper. To add more citations, you just keep going by choosing your type and follow those same steps, double checking that it's an MLA and filling in as much information as you can. Good luck.